Ghana. Ghana, officially the Republic of Ghana, is a country located along the Gulf of Guinea and the Atlantic Ocean, in the sub-region of West Africa. Spanning a landmass of 238,535 square kilometers, 92,099 square miles, Ghana is bordered by the Ivory Coast in the west, Burkina Faso in the north, Togo in the east, and the Gulf of Guinea and the Atlantic Ocean in the south. Ghana means warrior king in the Soninke language. The first permanent state in the territory of present-day Ghana dates back to the 11th century. Numerous kingdoms and empires emerged over the centuries, of which the most powerful was the Kingdom of Dagbon and the Kingdom of Ashanti. Beginning in the 15th century, the Portuguese Empire, followed by numerous other European powers, contested the area for trading rights, until the British ultimately established control of the coast by the late 19th century. Following over a century of native resistance, what is now Ghana's borders follow the lines of what were four separate British colonial territories: Gold Coast, Ashanti, the Northern Territories, and British Togoland. Those were unified as an independent dominion within the British Commonwealth on 6 March 1957. Ghana's population of approximately 30 million spans a variety of ethnic, linguistic, and religious groups. According to the 2010 census, 71.2% of the population was Christian, 17.6% was Muslim, and 5.2% practiced traditional faiths. Its diverse geography and ecology ranges from coastal savannahs to tropical rain forests. Ghana is a unitary constitutional democracy led by a president who is both head of state and head of the government. Ghana's growing economic prosperity and democratic political system have made it a regional power in West Africa. It is a member of the Non-Aligned Movement, the African Union, the Economic Community of West African States (ECOWAS), Group of 24 (G24), and the Commonwealth of Nations. Etymology of Ghana. The etymology of the word Ghana means warrior king, and was the title accorded to the kings of the medieval Ghana Empire in West Africa, but the empire was further north than the modern nation of Ghana, in the region of Guinea. History of Ghana. Ghana was already recognized as one of the great kingdoms in Bilad el-Sudan by the 9th century. Ghana was inhabited in the Middle Ages and the Age of Discovery by a number of ancient, predominantly Akan kingdoms in the southern and central territories. This included the Ashanti Empire, the Akwamu, the Bonoman, the Denkyira, and the Mankesum Kingdom. Although the area of present-day Ghana in West Africa has experienced many population movements, the Akans were firmly settled by the 5th century CE. By the early 11th century, the Akans were firmly established in the Akan state called Bonoman, for which the Brong Ahafo region is named. From the 13th century, Akans emerged from what is believed to have been the Bonoman area, to create several Akan states of Ghana, mainly based on gold trading. These states included Bonoman, Brong Ahafo region, Ashanti, Ashanti region, Denkyira, Western North region, Mankesum Kingdom, Central region, and Akwamu, Eastern region. By the 19th century, the territory of the southern part of Ghana was included in the Kingdom of Ashanti, one of the most influential states in sub-Saharan Africa prior to the onset of colonialism. The Kingdom of Ashanti government operated first as a loose network, and eventually as a centralized kingdom with an advanced, highly specialized bureaucracy centered in the capital city of Kumasi. Prior to Akan contact with Europeans, the Akan people created an advanced economy based on principally gold and gold bar commodities then traded with the states of Africa. The earliest known kingdoms to emerge in modern Ghana were the Mole Dagbani states. The Mole Dagomba came on horseback from present-day Burkina Faso under a single leader, Nad Gbewaa. With their advanced weapons and based on a central authority, they easily invaded and occupied the lands of the local people ruled by the Tendumba land god priests, established themselves as the rulers over the locals, and made Gambaga their capital. The death of Nad Gbewaa caused civil war among his children, some of whom broke off and founded separate states including Dagbon, Mamprugu, Masi, Nanumba, and Wala. Geography and geology. Ghana is located on the Gulf of Guinea, only a few degrees north of the equator, therefore giving it a warm climate. Ghana spans an area of 238,535 square kilometers, 92,099 square miles, and has an Atlantic coastline that stretches 560 kilometers, 350 miles on the Gulf of Guinea in the Atlantic Ocean to its south. It lies between latitudes 4 degrees 45 N and 11 degrees north, and longitudes 1 degree 15 E and 3 degrees 15 W. The prime meridian passes through Ghana, specifically through the industrial port town of Tema. Ghana is geographically closer to the center of the Earth's geographical coordinates than any other country, even though the national center, 0 degrees, is located in the Atlantic Ocean approximately 614 kilometers (382 miles) off the southeast coast of Ghana on the Gulf of Guinea. Grasslands mixed with south coastal shrublands and forests dominate Ghana, with forest extending northward from the southwest coast of Ghana on the Gulf of Guinea in the Atlantic Ocean 320 kilometers (200 miles) and eastward for a maximum of about 270 kilometers (170 miles), with the Kingdom of Ashanti or the southern part of Ghana being a primary location for mining of industrial minerals and timber. Ghana encompasses plains, waterfalls, low hills, rivers, Lake Volta, the world's largest artificial lake, Dodi Island, and Babawasi Island on the South Atlantic Ocean coast of Ghana. The northernmost part of Ghana is Pulmakong and the southernmost part of Ghana is Cape 3 Points. Climate of Ghana. The climate of Ghana is tropical and there are two main seasons, the wet season and the dry season. Climate change in Ghana will have wide-reaching impacts on the country. Because the country sits at the intersection of three hydro-climatic zones, the climate of Ghana is expected to become incredibly variable. Changes in rainfall, other extreme weather, and sea level rise and salinity of coastal waters are expected to negatively food security, in both farming and in fisheries. Moreover, access to fresh water is expected to create challenges for both sanitary water and hydropower, which provides 54% of the country's electric capacity. Additionally, Ghana will likely seeing certain diseases, like malaria and cholera exacerbated by changing weather conditions. Government of Ghana. Ghana is a unitary presidential constitutional democracy with a parliamentary multi-party system. Ghana alternated between civilian and military governments until January 1993, when the military government gave way to the Fourth Republic of Ghana after presidential and parliamentary elections in late 1992. The 1992 Constitution of Ghana divides powers among a Commander-in-Chief of the Ghana Armed Forces, President of Ghana, Parliament, Parliament of Ghana, Cabinet, Cabinet of Ghana, the Council of State, Ghanaian Council of State, and an independent judiciary, Judiciary of Ghana. The government of Ghana is elected by universal suffrage every 4 years. Nana Akufo-Addo won the presidency in the Ghanaian general election held on 7 December 2016, defeating incumbent John Mahama. He was sworn in on 7 January 2017. The 2012 Fragile States Index indicated that Ghana is ranked the 67th least fragile state in the world and the 5th least fragile state in Africa after Mauritius, 2nd Seychelles, 3rd Botswana, and 4th South Africa. Ghana ranked 112th out of 177 countries on the index. Ghana ranked as the 64th least corrupt and politically corrupt country in the world out of all 174 countries ranked, and Ghana ranked as the 5th least corrupt and politically corrupt country in Africa out of 53 countries in the 2012 Transparency International Corruption Perception Index. Ghana was ranked 7th in Africa out of 53 countries in the 2012 Ibrahim Index of African Governance. The Ibrahim Index is a comprehensive measure of African government based on a number of different variables which reflect the success with which governments deliver essential political goods to its citizens. Nkrumah was a Ghanaian nationalist leader who led the country from 1957 to 1966. Nkrumah's political journey started when he entered Lincoln University in Pennsylvania in 1935. He graduated with master's degrees from Lincoln University and the University of Pennsylvania. He formed the Convention People's Party. The party initiated a positive action campaign involving nonviolent protests, strikes, and non-cooperation with the British authorities. Nkrumah was arrested and sentenced to 1 year imprisonment during this time. In the Gold Coast's February 1951 general election, he was elected to Parliament and released from prison to become the leader of government business. He became Prime Minister of the Gold Coast in 1952's leadership was authoritarian, but he improved the infrastructure of the country and his Africanization policies created better career opportunities for Ghanaians. He was deposed in a coup in 1966. Military of Ghana. In 1957, the Ghana Armed Forces (GAF) consisted of its headquarters, support services, 3 battalions of infantry and a reconnaissance squadron with armored vehicles. Ghanaian Prime Minister and President Kwame Nkrumah aimed at rapidly expanding the GAF to support the United States of Africa's ambitions. Thus in 1961, 4th and 5th Battalions were established, and in 1964 6th Battalion was established, from a parachute airborne unit originally raised in 1963. Today, Ghana is a regional power and regional hegemon. In his book Shake Hands with the Devil, Canadian Forces Commander Romeo Dallaire highly rated the GAF's soldiers and military personnel. The military operations and military doctrine of the GAF are conceptualized on the Constitution of Ghana, Ghana's Law on Armed Force Military Strategy, and Kofi Annan International Peacekeeping Training Center (KAIPTC) agreements to which GAF is a testator. GAF military operations are executed under the auspices and imperium of the Ministry of Defense (MOD) Minister for Defense. Although Ghana is relatively peaceful and is often considered to be one of the least violent countries in the region, Ghana has experienced political violence in the past, and 2017 has thus far seen an upward trend in incidents motivated by political grievances. In 2017, Ghana signed the UN Treaty on the Prohibition of Nuclear Weapons. Economy of Ghana. Ghana is an average natural resource-enriched country possessing industrial minerals, hydrocarbons, and precious metals. It is an emerging designated digital economy with mixed economy hybridization and an emerging market with 8.7% GDP growth in 2012. It has an economic plan target known as the Ghana Vision 2020. This plan envisions Ghana as the first African country to become a developed country between 2020 and 2029 and a newly industrialized country between 2030 and 2039. This excludes a fellow group of 24-member and sub-Saharan African country South Africa, which is a newly industrialized country. Ghana's economy also has ties to the Chinese yuan renminbi along with Ghana's vast gold reserves. In 2013, the Bank of Ghana began circulating the renminbi throughout Ghanaian state-owned banks and to the Ghana public as hard currency along with the national Ghana cedi for second national trade currency. Between 2012 and 2013, 37.9% of rural dwellers were experiencing poverty, whereas only 10.6% of urban dwellers were. Urban areas hold greater opportunity for employment, particularly in informal trade, while nearly all 94% of rural poor households participate in the agricultural sector. The state-owned Volta River Authority and Ghana National Petroleum Corporation are the 2 major electricity producers. The Akosombo Dam, built on the Volta River in 1965, along with Bui Dam, Kapong Dam, and several other hydroelectric dams provide hydropower. In addition, the government of Ghana has sought to build the second nuclear power plant in Africa. The Ghana Stock Exchange is the 5th largest on continental Africa and 3rd largest in sub-Saharan Africa with a market capitalization of GH 57.2 billion or CN 180.4 billion yen in 2012, with the South Africa JSE Limited as first. The Ghana Stock Exchange (GSE) was the second best performing stock exchange in sub-Saharan Africa in 2013. Ghana also produces high-quality cocoa. It is the second largest producer of cocoa globally and was projected to become the world's largest producer of cocoa in 2015. Ghana is classified as a middle-income country. Services account for 50% of GDP, followed by manufacturing 24.1%, extractive industries 5%, and taxes 20.9%. Education in Ghana. The Ghanaian education system is divided into 3 parts: basic education, secondary cycle, and tertiary education. Basic education lasts 11 years, ages 4 to 15. It is divided into kindergarten 2 years, primary school 2 modules of 3 years, and junior high 3 years. Junior high school (JHS) ends with the Basic Education Certificate Examination (BECE). Once the BECE is achieved, the pupil can proceed to the secondary cycle. Hence, the pupil has the choice between general education offered by the senior high school and vocational education offered by the technical senior high school or the technical and vocational institutes. Senior high school lasts 3 years and leads to the West African Secondary School Certificate Examination (WASE), which is a prerequisite for enrollment in a university bachelor's degree program. Polytechnics are open to vocational students, from SHS or TVI. A bachelor's degree usually requires 4 years of study. It can be followed by a 1 or 2 year master's degree program, which can be followed by a 3-year PhD program. A polytechnic program lasts 2 or 3 years. Ghana also possesses numerous colleges of education. The Ghanaian education system from kindergarten up to an undergraduate degree level generally takes 20 years. The academic year usually goes from August to May inclusive. The school year in primary education lasts 40 weeks in primary school and SHS, and 45 weeks in JHS. Languages of Ghana. English is the official language and lingua franca. Additionally, there are 11 languages that have the status of government-sponsored languages: GA 4 Akan languages, Asante Twi, Akwapem Twi, Fanti and Enzima 2 Mole Dagbani ethnic languages, Daguerre and Dagbonli, Udangmi Guan Kasem. Of these, Akan is the most widely spoken. Since Ghana is surrounded by French-speaking countries, French is widely taught in schools and universities, as well as a language used for commercial and international economic exchanges. Since 2006, Ghana has been an associate member of the Organisation Internationale de la Francophonie, the global organization that unites French-speaking countries, 84 nations on 6 continents. In 2005, over 350,000 Ghanaian children studied French in schools. Since then, its status has progressively been updated to a mandatory language in every high school. Sports in Ghana. Association football, or soccer, is the top spectator sport in Ghana, and the national men's football team is known as the Black Stars, with the under-20 team known as the Black Satellites. Ghana has won the African Cup of Nations 4 times, the FIFA U20 World Cup once, and has participated in 3 consecutive FIFA World Cups in 2006, 2010, and 2014. In the 2010 FIFA World Cup, Ghana became the 3rd African country to reach the quarter-final stage of the World Cup after Cameroon in 1990 and Senegal in 2002. Ghana national U20 football team, known as the Black Satellites, is considered to be the feeder team for the Ghana national football team. Ghana is the first and only country on the Africa continent to be crowned FIFA U20 World Cup champions, and 2-time runners-up in 1993 and 2001. The Ghana national U17 football team, known as the Black Starlets, are 2-time FIFA U17 World Cup champions in 1991 and 1995, 2-time runners-up in 1993 and 1997. Ghanaian football teams Asante Kotoko SC and Accra Hearts of Oak SC are the 5th and 9th best football teams on the Africa continent and have won a total of 5 Africa Continental Association Football and Confederation of African Football trophies. Ghanaian football club Asante Kotoko SC has been crowned 2-time CAF Champions League winners in 1970, 1983 and 5-time CAF Champions League runners-up, and Ghanaian football club Accra Hearts of Oak SC has been crowned 2000 CAF Champions League winner and 2-time CAF Champions League runners-up, 2001 CAF Super Cup champions and 2004 CAF Confederation Cup champions. The International Federation of Football History and Statistics crowned Asante Kotoko SC as the African club of the 20th century. There are several club football teams in Ghana that play in the Ghana Premier League and Division 1 League, both administered by the Ghana Football Association. Thanks for watching this video. If you like this video, click on like button. If you want to watch more videos like this, click on the subscription button below. It's free subscription.